Serengeti, where the red sun shines down on the endless grasslands. On the surface, it is peaceful, but in reality, it is a fierce arena of life and death. Here, every step can lead to a terrible The fierce Serengeti, the Lion King, challenges the giant elephant. The red sun gradually rises from the horizon. Its light falls on the endless grasslands, turning the Serengeti into a sea of yellow fire. The lonely treetops cast long zigzag shadows on the cracked ground, like cracks waiting to explode. The only echoes are the whistling wind and the shrill chirps of insects, but in that silence, there is an invisible tension. From afar, the ground begins to shake heavily. The dust gradually rolls into hazy clouds. Then a giant black shadow appears in the middle of the sunburned grassland. With a tall body like a mobile fortress, the African elephant advanced slowly but powerfully. The long curved tusks shone in the sunlight. The giant trunk gently swung, as if sweeping away everything in its path. Each step echoed on the ground like a war drum, carrying a feeling of both majesty and menace, making the surrounding space suffocate. The dark gray skin was as thick as a layer of armor, deeply etched with rough wrinkles from the harsh sun and wind. The giant ears spread wide, waving rhythmically like fans, both regulating the body temperature and acting as a shield to protect against enemies. The eyes were small but shone with alertness, containing wisdom passed down through many generations. The African elephant is the largest creature on land, able to eat hundreds of kilograms of grass, leaves, and bark a day to maintain its enormous strength. They move in herds, closely bonded together, where the leader, usually an older female, leads the herd in search of water and food. Their resilience, enduring memory, and instinct to protect their cubs make elephants one of the Serengeti's most powerful survival symbols. In the midst of the slowly moving herd, a baby elephant trotted along, clumsy but innocent. In the distance, Among the tall yellow grass, a few shadows crept silently like dark smoke. Their bright yellow eyes flashed in the bright sunlight, watching the moving herd. Without a sound, without a single breath, the lion stalked with deadly patience. And then, the fight broke out. Realizing the absolute difference, the lion gradually retreated, its hoarse roar like a final warning. The herd slowly moved into the distance, tightly wrapping the cubs in a protective circle. On the brutal Serengeti, the giant continues his journey, carrying with him a symbol of endurance, wisdom, and power that no one can easily challenge. The Serengeti gradually returns to silence after the shaking confrontation between the giant and the predator. Dust still hangs in the air, lingering with the tense smell of a battle that has not yet subsided. But on this fierce step, the silence is only a short break. Because somewhere, another cycle of survival is gradually starting, as other creatures step into the harsh arena of nature. From afar, slender but towering figures gradually appear in the sunburned steppe. It is the giraffe, the tallest mammal on the planet, with its long neck reaching almost to the sky, far above the sparse acacia canopy. Its mottled brown-yellow fur forms a pattern like a perfect camouflage among the burnt grass. The long, slender legs, seemingly fragile, but contain a terrifying power. A single kick is enough to take down a predator, like a lion. Giraffes are leaf-eating animals and can consume dozens of kilograms of leaves every day, especially acacia leaves, a food that few species dare to touch. They move in small groups, keeping enough distance to be alert to danger, but close enough to protect each other. But in the world of the Serengeti, even that giant figure is never completely safe. In the short grass, a few dark golden figures silently crawled, their eyes shining with hunger. The lions once again joined the fight. This time, the prey in front of them was a tall but lonely giraffe. The space seemed to hold its breath. Every blade of grass seemed to stop moving. Only the rapid heartbeats of the predators remained, waiting for the moment to explode. Then boom, the lions rushed out. The lions still persistently pursued, but the distance gradually widened. Their superior height helps giraffes see further, finding a way out through the sparse acacia trees. The fierce chase ends. But the giraffe's journey has never been just about running away. In the vortex of survival in the Serengeti, they also carry on their shoulders another mission, maintaining their species for the next generation. During mating season, giant males engage in dramatic neck fights. They swing their long necks like weapons, whacking their opponents to gain access to the females. The collisions resound like war drums, but the winner will have the right to pass on their bloodline. The female giraffe will then be pregnant for about 15 months. When giving birth, the special thing is that the baby has to fall freely from a height of nearly 2 meters to the ground. The first fall in life seems harsh, but it helps its lungs open to take its first breaths. A baby giraffe can stand up and run within hours of its birth, because, in the Serengeti, slowness means death. As the red sun sinks below the horizon, its tall necks stand tall in the vast Serengeti grasslands. They are not only a symbol of graceful beauty, but also a testament to resilience in the face of harsh nature. As the grasslands gradually turn dry, giant dust clouds roll up from the horizon. It is not a sandstorm, but a sign of a great journey, the Great Migration. In the sunburnt Serengeti grasslands, mottled black and white bodies move silently in large herds. They are zebras, animals that wear a unique striped coat in nature. Each individual has a different pattern, like a fingerprint, which helps them recognize each other and blend into the crowd to confuse predators. With a strong body and long legs, zebras can reach speeds of more than 60 kilometers per hour, and their agile strides help them escape in the nick of time. Their ears are always upright, their eyes are wide open, and their instinct to be alert keeps their zebra herds alert. Just one strange noise can cause the whole herd to explode into a wave of escape. Although they look gentle at first glance, zebras do not only know how to run away. A powerful kick from their back can break bones, even take down predators like hyenas or lions. Zebras live in herds, united by their loud neighs and incredible unity. They not only migrate to find green grass, but also play a pioneering role, leading the way for herds of wildebeest and gazelle, paving the way on harsh river crossings. During mating season, males will engage in fierce battles, using their teeth to bite and kick hard to compete for access to females. The female zebra then gestates for about 12 months and usually gives birth to just one calf. The newborn must stand up within minutes and then run after just an hour. Under the blazing sun of the Serengeti, the black and white stripes blend together, creating an endless sea of motion, both breathtakingly beautiful and illustrative of the harshness of the journey to survival. Each year, when the Serengeti grasslands are depleted, they cross the parched fields, enduring the scorching sun and relentless hunger, only to find the lush green meadows on the other side of the Mara River. The resounding neighs mingled with the thundering hooves of horses as the herd of zebras crowded the banks of the Mara River. Then, as if by an invisible command, the lead zebra plunged in first. Immediately, a sea of black and white stripes surged down, transforming the river's surface into a chaotic whirlpool of water, foam, and struggling bodies. From beneath the water, gigantic crocodiles rose like ancient ghosts. The brutal hunt unfolded on the water's surface. The splashing water and the desperate neighing echoed, creating a scene of ultimate life and death. On the raging Mara River, the survivors continued swimming toward the distant shore, while those who fell became the spoils of war for the predators underwater. As the sun sets, casting a fiery red glow over the Mara River, the black and white stripes stretch endlessly. Despite losing many of their kind on the arduous journey, the zebra herd continues its march, united as a single force. When the chaos of the Great Migration subsides, the Serengeti sky trembles again as blackbirds spread their wings. From above, they circle patiently, their keen eyes following every trace of death below. These are vultures, the silent scavengers of nature, but also symbols of the endless cycle of life and death. With their bald heads and sharp, hooked beaks, vultures lack the graceful beauty of eagles or hawks. However, this unique form is an advantage. Their featherless skin prevents them from being contaminated by blood and bacteria as they feed on decaying carcasses. Their broad wingspan, which can exceed 2 meters, allows them to soar for hours over the Serengeti, searching for the scent of death from dozens of kilometers away. Vultures live in flocks, and when one spots a carcass, the sky erupts in a flurry of black wings. A hoarse cry echoes, beaks clash together, and within hours, a massive body is cleared away, leaving only a bare white skeleton. This is their survival instinct, and also the natural way to keep this land free from decaying corpses and disease. During the breeding season, vultures build nests on high cliffs or solitary trees, usually laying only one egg. Both parents take turns incubating for weeks, then feeding the young by handing them scraps of flesh. Despite being considered scavengers, vultures possess a maternal instinct. As strong as any other species on the Serengeti. But even nature's scavengers aren't entirely safe. Vultures can be attacked by lions or hyenas during carnage disputes, or lose their habitat as the forest thins. Against the fiery red of sunset, the flock of vultures spreads its wings, slowly disappearing into the horizon. In the harsh Serengeti, even death holds value, nurturing life for others and maintaining the balance of the wild world. The fiery red sun gradually sets behind the horizon, casting its twilight glow over the vast savanna. Another day in Serengeti ends, but the cycle of survival never ceases. Every creature, strong or small, is a link in the endless symphony of life and death. Have you ever thought that even the giant elephant of the forest could fall before the claws of a predator? Leave your comments below the video. And don't forget to hit the bell and subscribe so you don't miss the next wildlife survival series. The hyena pack stole the giant's calf. Don't let slowness fool you, for when a 2-ton mother loses her mind, the entire savanna will tremble. Hyenas and the costly lesson when confronting the giant rhino. In the plains of Botswana, the midday sun transforms the dry grass into a blazing sea of gold. Amidst the suffocating silence, Nyala, a giant white rhino, moves slowly. Weighing over 2 tons and with skin as thick as gray armor, it embodies primal strength. But the only weakness of this mobile fortress lies at its feet. A young calf, only a few months old, weak, and without protective horns. As Nyala and her calf emerge from the shade of the acacia trees, the silence is shattered by piercing, screeching laughter. From the crevices in the rocks and dry grass, the pack of spotted hyenas emerged, forming a large encirclement on the flat ground. They had been watching for a long time and knew that Nyala was at her most vulnerable, and her calf was a juicy target for the pack. The hyenas, led by their alpha male Zaya, were ruthless pragmatists. They didn't need a glorious fight. They only needed the exhaustion of their opponent. The hyenas began to employ their whirlwind tactic. On the flat ground, they displayed incredible speed, circling the mother and calf to create a swirling cloud of dust, aiming to disrupt Nyala's already poor eyesight. They didn't focus on the giant mother, but concentrated all their efforts on the calf. The youngest, most agile hyenas constantly lunged to attack from behind, forcing Nyala to continuously twist and turn on the hard ground to protect her offspring. Taking advantage of the moment it lost its balance, 3 hyenas lunged like arrows, aiming straight for the baby rhino's hind legs. Nyala let out a dry, guttural roar, the sound of utter fury. No longer restrained by mud, she unleashed her last burst of muscular strength. Nyala transformed herself into a living block of steel, charging wildly across the plain. She didn't use her horns in the usual way, but instead used her entire 2-ton weight to sweep through. The mother rhino's stomps on the dry ground created thunderous noises, crushing anyone who couldn't retreat in time. Nyala stood tall amidst the dust, her cloudy eyes blazing with a deadly light, turning the plain into an impenetrable fortress. Realizing that the giant, even in exhaustion, could still turn the flat ground into a graveyard for her pack, the hyenas retreated, keeping their distance, but not leaving, waiting for the last rays of sunlight to fade. The dust settled slowly over the cracked plain. Nyala stood there, her breath coming in ragged gasps, like a machine running at full capacity. The giant raised her head, her blood-stained horn pointed toward the retreating hyenas, ready for another slaughter if they dared approach. But the sudden silence of the prairie tightened the giant mother's heart. A terrible emptiness spread from her right flank, where just minutes before, the warmth of her cub had lingered. Nyala turned, her cloudy eyes frantically searching through the dust and dry bushes. There was no small figure at her feet, no familiar weak gasp. In the frenzy and chaos of the raid, the hyenas pulled off a vicious deception. While Nyla was busy chasing the decoys, another group silently cornered the poor baby rhino, forcing it to flee in the opposite direction, disappearing behind the high mounds. The hyenas, seemingly defeated, had won the first round. How much longer do you think the baby rhino can survive? Leave your thoughts in the comments below the video. Nyala's roar echoed, this time not a threat, but a heart-wrenching cry of despair. The once towering giant now trembled in the vast plain. The mother rhino began to run frantically, her 2-ton hooves crushing everything in its path, but she had no idea where to go. Her keen sense of smell was overwhelmed by the scent of blood, dust, and the hyenas. Every acacia tree, every rock looked like an enemy, but her little calf was nowhere to be seen. The pain of losing her child had shattered the last vestiges of sanity in Nyala's mind. Now, Botswana's mighty fortress was no longer a gentle mother. The mother rhino had become a pure entity of destruction. Any creature unfortunate enough to appear within Nyala's clouded vision became a target for her boundless rage. Following the trail in desperation, Nyala encountered a herd of Cape buffalo, known for their ferocity and fearlessness. But before a 2-ton tank hurtling towards them at breakneck speed and with a heart-wrenching roar, the pride of the buffalo herd vanished. Nyala didn't flinch. It charged into the middle of their formation, using its enormous horns to toss a nearly 1-ton male buffalo like a dry twig. It didn't stop to eat or assert its territory. The rhinoceros frantically trampled everything in its path in search of its offspring's small figure. As it approached the watering hole, Nyala encountered an old hippopotamus perched on the mud. Under normal circumstances, both would respect each other's space, but today Nyala had lost its mind. It plunged into the water, using its extraordinary muscular strength to ram the saber-toothed giant out of its resting place. The collision of the two massive masses of flesh echoed throughout the area. But before the mother rhinoceros's fury, even the hippopotamus, the most ferocious animal in Africa, retreated in terror. The tragedy reached its climax when Nyala confronted her own kind. Another male rhino appeared, attempting to communicate and soothe the mother. But in Nyala's eyes, anything that moved was an enemy. Every creature, a potential kidnapper. She charged into a battle, tearing through the armor of her own kind, the clashing of horns creating a dry, jarring sound. Nyala furiously attacked even the bushes and rocks. Her suffering had transformed the mother into a lone monster. Wherever Nyala went, the savannah was left with only the wreckage of her footprints and the fearful silence of all living things. The mother rhino was no longer part of the ecosystem. She was a self-immolating storm in a desperate attempt to hear a mother's cry in the dark Kalahari night. After sweeping through the desolate lands, slaughtering anything in its path, its keen sense of smell finally picked up a signal. Amidst the swirling dust and the foul stench of the hyenas, there was a gentle, pure scent of milk and fear. It was its offspring. Ahead, at the foot of a high rocky mound, Zaya's hyenas had cornered the young rhinoceros. They weren't in a hurry to finish it off. They were savoring the creature's terror with nipping bites at its legs and ears. The young rhino's cries for help were now hoarse, reduced to weak whimpers. Zaya stood on the rocky outcrop, her golden eyes gleaming triumphantly. But her victory was extinguished the moment an earth-shattering tremor came from behind. Nyala appeared from afar like a colossal ghost emerging from hell. There was no warning roar. No hesitation. This time, it wasn't a mother defending herself. It was death itself on its final journey. Nyala's speed across the flat ground was terrifying. The mother rhino charged straight into the hyena's encirclement with unstoppable force. The sound of bones shattering mingled with the hyena's howls as Nyala used her entire 2-ton weight to crush anything in its path. She didn't use her horns to ram. The mother rhino used them like a scythe, sweeping across the crowd, tossing the scavengers into the air like rags. The hyenas, terrified, leaped from the rocky outcrop, but could not escape the giant's wrath. Nyala stopped right before her trembling cub. The frenzy vanished in an instant, giving way to heart-wrenching tenderness. In the distance, the hyena pack limped back into the darkness, looking back at the fortress they had tried so hard to destroy but failed. Nyala stood tall. Her enormous horn now stained with blood but gleaming in the setting sun. The mother rhinoceros had reclaimed her soul from the clutches of death. But before the fleeting happiness could spread, the atmosphere thickened with danger. The smell of fresh blood and the earlier roars had led to uninvited guests, terrifying to anyone on the savannah. From behind the dense acacia bushes, 3 adult male lions with thick black manes loomed large. They had been watching the fight for a long time, patiently waiting for the moment Nyala was most exhausted after her frantic journey to find her cub. Unlike the pragmatic hyenas, lions were pure brute force killers. To them, a young rhino was a delicacy, and an exhausted mother rhino was an unmissable target. Nyala felt the ground vibrate. She turned, shielding her poor cub, her cloudy eyes blazing with an ironclad determination. No one was to touch her cub again. The confrontation took place in broad daylight, without concealment. The lion emerged from the bushes, letting out a deep growl to assert its dominance. Nyala did not back down. She immediately adjusted her position, pushing her cub close to her side, creating a solid shield of flesh and bone. Her gaze was fixed on the predators. This was no longer a stroll on the savannah. It was a clash between 2 savannah giants. Under the midday sun, the battle erupted. The lions began their offensive and encirclement tactics. But the strength of a mother is immeasurable. Nyala no longer felt pain. Her mind was focused on only one goal, keeping the little creature beneath her feet unharmed. Even the lions, the rulers of the jungle, began to feel terror at the destructive power of a raging giant. Under the scorching afternoon heat, the endurance of the predators began to reach its limit. Lions are sprinters, not endurance fighters, in a war of attrition. Realizing that attempting to take down Nyala and her cub at this point was tantamount to a death sentence, the pride of lions had no choice but to accept defeat. They retreated, growling in helplessness, then slipped into the sun-scorched acacia bushes. The pride of the king had been broken by a mother's instinct to protect her child. The sun was setting over the kingdom of Botswana, warming the wounds on their flesh and soothing the horrific memories of a bloody war. Nyala and her cub walked slowly, their shadows stretching across the cracked earth, firm, unyielding, and inseparable. In the brutal survival game of savanna, strength lies not in massive size or sharp horns. It lies in the unbreakable will of a mother in the face of loss. And as the sun set, the sinister laughter of the hyenas and the roar of the lions faded into the darkness. They had learned a costly lesson. Never challenge the limits of a giant when they are fighting for what is most precious in their lives. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next special series. The red dawn gradually rises from the Namibian horizon, where hot winds blow up thick yellow dust, turning the arid steppe into a sea of fire. In this harsh land, every step can lead to tragedy. Namibia, wild elephants, and the bloody battle that shakes the steppe. The ground is cracked, and a layer of bright yellow dust flies with each dry wind, obscuring the entire space. The scene is both overwhelming and harsh, a natural arena where life and death are only a breath apart. The scorching sun that seems to burn the entire ground, the ground suddenly shakes with heavy beats. The yellow dust rolls into dense clouds, signaling the appearance of a giant force. From afar, giant black shadows gradually appeared through the dust. It was a herd of African bush elephants, giants of the savanna. Each step of theirs was like a resounding drumbeat, echoing into the harsh silence of Namibia. The long, curved tusks shone under the blazing sun. The giant trunk swept through the dry thorn bushes, opening a life and death journey in the scorching land. The African bush elephant is the largest creature on land, with a height that can exceed 3 meters, weighing up to 6 tons. The thick, rough gray skin, covered with cracks and scars, like an armor engraved with fierce battles with enemies and nature. The giant ears spread wide, not only to ward off annoying insects, but also to regulate the temperature of survival in the scorching heat of Namibia. The long, sharp, curved tusks are both a defensive weapon and a tool to help them dig through hard soil to find rare water sources during the dry season. The flexible trunk, with more than 40,000 muscles, can lift a stone weighing hundreds of kilograms, but is also skillful enough to pick up small blades of grass. Wild elephants live in organized herds, led by the matriarch. They travel dozens of kilometers every day, both looking for water and teaching the young generation how to survive. In the harsh world of the Namibian savanna, it is not only predators and prey that create bloody battles. Even between giants of the same species, confrontation is inevitable. Mature male elephants, when entering the mating season, carry within them increased hormone levels, aggression, and a desire to dominate. They are forced to rush into each other to compete for power, territory, and access to females. And then, amidst the hazy yellow dust, 2 giant figures began to move, signaling a war that shook the entire savanna. The space on the steps seemed to shrink. Two giant male elephants stood facing each other, their bloodshot eyes flashing with defiance. The distance between the 2 giants gradually narrowed. And then, the fight broke out. Finally, one gradually retreated, leaving behind footprints imprinted in the bloody dust. The other, though still holding its head high like a proud man, also turned away, dragging its massive body with exhaustion. There was no winner, nor was there an absolute loser. Only the yellow, dusty battlefield remained, where footprints and soil merged into one, proving the fierceness of the power struggles between the steppe giants. After the power struggles ended, the winner would gain access to the females in the herd. For wild elephants, the breeding season usually takes place year-round, but is most concentrated in the rainy season, when water and food sources are abundant. Male elephants during this period become more aggressive than usual. They will follow the herd closely, showing their strength and patiently waiting for the opportunity to approach female elephants in heat. Female elephants usually only reproduce every 4 or 5 years, because the gestation period lasts up to nearly 22 months, one of the longest gestation cycles in the animal world. Each time they give birth, they usually have only one baby elephant, weighing about 100 kilograms. After birth, the baby elephant is protected and cared for by the whole herd, not only by the mother but also by the ants in the herd. The herd's cohesion is the decisive factor for the baby elephant to survive in the harsh arena of nature. This slow reproductive cycle makes wild elephants vulnerable to hunting and natural disasters, and is also the reason why each baby elephant's life becomes invaluable in the journey to maintain the breed. While the elephant herd patiently protects the young lives, the precious result of a long reproductive cycle, these weak creatures become the prime targets of predators. For a pride of lions, a baby elephant, separated from the herd's protective circle, is a golden opportunity to exchange its life for a giant meat feast. Dusk falls on the Namibian savanna. The red sun gradually lowers, casting a burning yellow light on the fine dust floating in the air. The herd of elephants slowly moves in a row towards the distance, where there is a small stream of water left after the dry days. They look for water while picking leaves and dry grass to fight against the gnawing hunger. But behind that tranquility, a hidden danger lurks. In the waist-high yellow grass, golden eyes flash under the fading sunset. That is, a pride of lions, the most patient and experienced predators on the savanna. They lay pressed close to the ground, each muscle bulging in silence. Then suddenly, they rushed out. The lions had put all their strength into the attack, but before the mother elephant's ferocity, they quickly lost the initiative. Finally, the whole lion pride turned and ran away, their figures gradually disappearing behind the yellow dust of the savanna. The baby elephant trembled and hid under its mother's belly, protected by the herd, continuing its journey to find water in the harsh land. Once again, life had overcome death, at least until the cycle of survival opened a new war. The space of the Namibian savanna suddenly sank. On the lake in the distance, the water surface shone like a mirror, reflecting the sky dyed with fire. And at that moment, from the horizon, giant birds appeared. In the fiery Namibian sky, a flock of African white pelicans spread their huge wingspans, up to 3.6 meters long, flying in a majestic V formation. With their pure white feathers contrasting with their striking black wingtips, they glide like sails in the sky and sea. Their most recognizable feature is their giant yellow bill pouch, which can hold up to 13 liters of water, allowing them to scoop up fish with just one precise sweep. Unlike single predators, white pelicans are famous for their collective hunting tactics. They line up in circles or rows, using their wings to fan the water, pushing the school of fish into the middle. When their prey is trapped, the whole flock simultaneously dips their beaks down, scooping up batches of fresh fish, turning the lake surface into a chaotic feast. Breeding season comes with the rains, when lakes and swamps are full of life. Males show off their colorful bill pouches and strange head wag dances to conquer a mate. On sandy beaches or lakeside islands, thousands of pairs of pelicans nest together, creating a giant breeding city. Each clutch, the female lays 1 to 3 eggs, incubating them for about 30 days. The chicks hatch naked, weak, and live entirely on food that their parents regurgitate from their beak pouches. However, this fragile life is always threatened. Eggs and chicks are often the target of crocodiles, snakes, jackals, hyenas, or even giant fish eagles. Even adults can die of starvation when drought lasts for a long time and fish stocks are depleted. However, the white pelicans are still a testament to the magic of nature. A large flock can consume up to 1 ton of fish a day, and their migrations span thousands of kilometers, turning the African sky into a magical dance of survival. When the lake surface gradually calms down after the chaos of the flock of birds, the sky of Namibia is dyed purple with the sunset. But that silence is only a temporary veil. In the low bushes by the lake, a silhouette quietly crawls, its golden plumage mottled with black flowers blending with the fading sunlight. Sharp blue eyes, each step graceful like the whisper of death. That is the leopard, the lone predator, the hidden master of the steppe. The lean body, nearly 2 meters long, weighs an average of 60 to 90 kilograms, both neat and flexible. The golden fur, covered with characteristic black round spots, like a perfect camouflage, helps it disappear into the dry, sunburned grass. The long legs and solid muscles allow the leopard to reach speeds of up to 60 kilometers per hour. But what makes its true strength is not just speed, but the sudden explosion in the moment of attack. The sharp claws can hook tightly onto prey, while the powerful jaws close with enough bite force to suffocate the trachea. The green eyes shine with coldness, combined with sharp vision, allowing it to observe prey even in the dim light of the day. The leopard is also a master climber. Few large animals can keep up with it when it has carried its prey high up, dangling from a tree branch like a living reserve. Not far away, a warthog was busy digging through dry grass roots to find food, completely unaware that death was right behind it. green eyes flashed with the coldness of a killer. With each step, its shoulders rose and fell, its entire body almost pressed against the ground. Not a sound, not a gasp, only a slow heartbeat and a gaze locked on the target ahead. Suddenly, it charged forward. Just a few minutes later, the struggle ended. The warthog collapsed, the dirt stained with red blood under the fading sunset. The leopard raised its head, its fur stained with dust and blood, its cold eyes shining with the pride of a victor. The solitary, proud, and ruthless leopard once again asserts its dominant instinct with deadly silence. In the cycle of life and death in Namibia, it needs no herd, no allies. Only strength, patience, and a fatal pounce are the keys to its continued survival. Everyone, from the strong to the weak, from the herd to the solitary, are links in the endless cycle of life and death. In Namibia, life and death are only a moment apart, and only the best adapted have the right to continue to exist. In your opinion, what makes the forest elephant a survivor? Physical strength or the solidarity of the whole herd? Leave a comment below the video. And don't forget to ring the bell and subscribe so you don't miss the next wildlife survival series.